The slide feature in LumaOne allows you to add a presentation directly onto the screen of your interactive video. You may have a PowerPoint presentation which you would like to export or save as images, for example. So in this example, I'll save my file format as JPEGs and save every slide and export. And then I can batch import those into my LumaOne site. You'd simply have to then zip this file, go back into your LumaOne site, and on the authoring navigation, click Add Slides. So here we provide a title, description, and I can click on Define Slides to bring in either a batch import of slides, or I can create new slides on the fly here by adding text, images, different question types, or searching to reuse elements to add to my slides. So in this example, I will first batch import my PowerPoint presentation, which I have saved as a zip file. So choose the file, open, click Import, and I'll present each of the files, each of the slides on screen. I can move to reorganize. I can edit the metadata for these slides or change each individual image or slide. And I can remove a slide. So in this example, I've imported 6 slides that were part of a PowerPoint presentation. Let's now add a polling question at the end. So provide a title, add your question. So add your answers here for the poll. And I can click Save. So here now I have 6 slides which I've imported as a batch import, and I've added a polling question at the end. If I'm happy with this, click Save. Now you do have a few options here. You can set the timing. You can have a frame lock. So for example, perhaps this entire video has a time commitment. So I might say that they have to spend 120 seconds reviewing this presentation before they're able to move forward. I do have other features here. So lock until complete. The user has to go through each of the slides, and lock the final slide is an additional option as well. Now I can choose to show arrows, so this allows the end user to navigate through the slide, and I can set those arrows to be at the bottom of the slide, middle, or at the top. So with this one, I'll set at the bottom, and I can also choose to show thumbnails, so they have to click on the thumbnails to go through the slides. In this example, I'll set them as arrow and linear, so let's click Save and take a look. So I do have that timer here, which I'd added, the 120 seconds, which is showing as 2 minutes here. And you can see my arrows. I can click through each of my slides to preview exactly how it will appear. Here's my question at the end. And so if I'm happy with that, I can resize, place on the page, and click Save.